Hello everyone, and this is Nikit Palluri, and here we are with the second video of the series that is completely based on installation of softwares. So in this video we're gonna install the required softwares that will help us to write C programs and compile C programs, debug C programs, etc. So we're gonna install mainly two softwares. One is the Cygwin compiler, and one more thing is Visual Studio Code. That is our IDE. Okay, in Cygwin compiler we're gonna install mainly three things: GCC, that is the compiler; GDB, that is the debugger; and make utility. Make utility is nothing but which sees after some errors occur when you're recompiling. Make utility sees which source files have object files and which do not. Hence it recompiles the only those source files which don't have object files and which were not compiled because of errors. Okay, so make utility does that, and as you know, Visual Studio Code is our IDE that is super cool, and etc. Now let's go into Google Chrome and install it. Okay, and here I'm gonna type Cygwin 64. And I'm gonna click on this website. Okay, you can click any of these both of these links. Who are running on a 64-bit machine, right? They can click any of these links, but who are running on a 32 bits machine, they have to click on it because it won't support, because that is mainly based for 64-bit machines. So I'm gonna click this and it's going to install. I'm not going to install this, guys. Before it does, I will do cancel, because I have already installed the Cygwin setup in my downloads folder, and hence I'm not gonna install, but save it. As you know, downloads, after downloading it will be just on your website, or you can browse your location and keep it wherever you want, and after installing go there and do what I will do right now. So I have my Cygwin setup. I have my Cygwin. Just a minute. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me close this. Okay. Here I downloaded that Cygwin setup thing, and I'm gonna double click on it. Next. Click everything next, guys. But one thing, this is the root directory. This is where you want to install your Cygwin all folder, all compilers, debuggers, and all other packages. You can browse here and go to wherever location you need, but I'm gonna keep it the same, the Cygwin 64, and let everything be the same. Just okay. These are the websites where you can download the Cygwin package, but I'm gonna go with the default one. Just give me a minute, guys, and it's going to after opening this will open this kind of window, and first we have to install three things, right? First one is our GCC compiler. So type GCC -core. 1 minute. In this view, right, instead of pending, use full, and I'm gonna type again GCC Just give me a minute, guys. GCC. Okay. First type here GCC, guys. GCC, and you can install any one of this version, and for some people there might be a dialog box which will like this. There will be a dialog box, and here you can choose any GCC compiler you want to install, but for me it is a drop down list, and from here you can install all those versions. And I'm gonna go to GCC core. You can keep any, you can install anything, guys. 9.302. And next one is GDB, our debugger. And I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna select this 8.3 version. You can select any version you want, unless and until it's not a test version. Don't go for the test version. Okay. Next, finally, our make utility. And you can select anything, and I'm gonna select the thing which has make in it. 4.21. Yeah, that's it, and I'm gonna click next. The other packages will be directly installed. Just give me 2 minutes, guys, it will install. Yes, guys, after installation it took me really long for installing the package, and hence I skipped that part, and after just click on next and apply. Okay, and now go to your file explorer. You have to do one thing. Go to that local disk where your Cygwin64 folder is, and go to that folder, click on the bin folder, and here you will see a link, sorry, a path, right? Copy that path and go to this PC. In this PC, click on properties. This will open something like a control panel type thing, and go to advanced system settings, and in the click on environment variables, and in the path one, click on new, and here enter your path, I mean the one which you have copied, paste. Okay, okay, okay. Now to check whether the Cygwin compiler is installed properly or not, you have to do one thing. Bring up your DOS prompt, and okay, let me show it here. Go and type cmd, and this will bring up your DOS prompt, and here type cyg check -c Cygwin. See, this states status okay, version package Cygwin. Okay, so this states that this shows that the compiler is installed properly, and now we have to go do one more check, gcc --version. So that's it, guys. So this both of these commands say that the Cygwin compiler and all those things are installed properly, and you can even go here like gdb dash dash version. You can even check whether your debugger is installed properly or not, and the make dash dash version, all these things. The next step is installing our IDE, that is Visual Studio Code. So let me go again to my Chrome. So let me type that code dot Visual Studio. And here this option is to download, and download it. Click on that option. Just a minute. Even I'm not gonna install this, guys, because I have already installed this even this setup one in my downloads folder. So let's go there. So let's click on this. I accept the agreement. Next, install. This will not take that much time. This is just takes very little time. See, you can see there. Finish. Okay, close them. So now we have installed our Cygwin compiler, we have installed our IDE, that is Visual Studio Code. See, but you cannot just dive in and start to write code in the IDE. You have certain steps. First, you have to create a workspace in Visual Studio Code. Only then you can compile or debug the code. So again, bring your DOS prompt, cmd, and I'm gonna cd desktop. I'm gonna bring my okay, anyway, I'm gonna create that I'm gonna create first a folder or a directory in a folder called Nikit Pelluri. That is the user folder. Okay, Nikit Pelluri is my name. Make their projects. Projects. And I'm gonna take my DOS prompt into that directory, cd projects. You can follow the same commands, guys. To create a new folder, you have to use makedir and followed by the file folder name, and after to go into that folder you have to use cd, that is change directory. Make mkdir means make directory. Okay, and now I'm gonna create one more folder, that is hello world. Hello world. And I'm gonna go into that hello world folder. And now I'm gonna open up the workspace of this folder through Visual Studio Code. How? Just type in code dot. This will create a workspace. Hello world. So as you see in the there are no files here. This is where the files get displayed in Visual Studio Code. So to create a proper workspace, we have to do three things. configuring the compiler path, configuring some tasks like build task, a launcher task, etc., and configuring the debugger settings. And finally, yes guys, before setting up the all those things, or setting up the workspace, I forgot to say one thing for you, that is you have to install a C or C++ extension, and you can install this. There are options, right? And click on the last option and you can install that. Type in the search bar, type C/C++, C++, and I've already installed it. If you didn't install, then it will show something like install, and here you can set up install or you do not sync, and here sometimes it will display all the versions you need, what you need. And I've installed it, and it will be something like this. And once you install, it will ask you for a reload the page, or close the page and again open it, just like that. And now let's go and set up the compiler path firstly, and then we'll go for setting up the configuring the build task and debug settings, and finally the bash, using the bash shell. Okay, first go to command palette. In the view tab, go to command palette, type C/C++, and in the files displayed you should go for edit configurations UI. And here what is you mainly have to concentrate in this whole page is the compiler path. The compiler path is going to be C:// Cygwin64 bin/gcc.exe. You can sometimes it will also find the compiler path for you. See, it's already there. And here what you have to select is the IntelliSense mode. Here, as you are using GCC compiler, let's select GCC x64, and most probably you can exit out right now. The C standard, I'm gonna select C11 standard, and even C++ I'm gonna select 11 standard. And most probably you can exit out here, and this will create a VS Code folder, .VS Code folder, and there will be a cpp_properties.json file. And here what you have to mainly concentrate is on the compiler path, is it set up correctly, and the IntelliSense mode, and the C11 the C standard. Okay, now let's configure the build task, and again let's go to command palette and let's type task configure default build task. It is at the top, it might be a lower view. Even for the last case, the file might be a lower view. Search here. Okay, create task JSON file, and here you have to select others. Okay. Now here what you have to mainly concentrate is on the label. Let's make it something meaningful. Let's write build hello world. And the command should be gcc, and let's write some args here. Okay, args, and it will create a big bracket for you. And in this args, let's type in this, everything should be in double quotes guys, -G for global one, for the global, -O for creating object files. And here, what is here, right? You have to specify the name of your executable. For example, there is cmd, right? If you want to create a executable named cmd after compiling, you have to name here cmd. I'm gonna name it hello world. I used a semicolon, that's it, and comma. Then you have to specify the source files. That is the name. The source file is a place where you write all your code, and hence we will specify the source file. You can specify it hello world.c, but I'm gonna specify main.c because that's my routine. I'm gonna write everything in a file that is main file. And let's do some comma here, and here let me create a type group here and a flower bracket, and yes, it will automatically create all these things. You have to see if kind is equal to build and is default is equal to true or not. If it's false, change it to true. So in this task.json, everything is okay. This is configuring the build task, nothing but configuring the compiler. How, like, this will help you when you hit Control Shift B, right? This will help you to compile the code easily. And the next one is, yes guys, so one more thing we have to do is to configure our debug settings. So go to the fourth option here, and you will get something like this, and you will see here create a launch.json file. Click on that, and you will see many options, and click on C++ gdb/lldb. And the things we have to change here is, and clear this one in the program bar, and here you have to type the name of your executable, the one you gave in the task.json. So I'm gonna type here hello world. Just a minute, what did I do here? Hello world.exe, and you should see that if stop at entry is true or false. If it is false, change it to true. And the main thing you have to see is the debugger path, and this should be your C:64 / bin gdb.exe, and everything should be the same, and Control S to save it. Now you will see that even the debugger is okay. So one last thing we have to do is to check to see whether our bash shell is set up correctly or not. So yes guys, one last thing we have to do is to check whether our shell is set up correctly or not. So for that, click on the View tab, Command Palette, and here type settings, and open settings JSON, and here leave about all the options. Type terminal dot integrated dot shell dot windows. And here you have to type your compiler path, C:// Cygwin 64 / bin bash.exe. place a comma and save it. So let's close it. Yep, let me type again code dot. And go here, terminal, new terminal, and you can see this is the bash terminal. So that's it, guys. Now let's write a basic C program, and now let's write a basic C program. New file, let's save as, I'm gonna save it in the hello world folder, and I'm going to name main.c. Remember, this have to the name have to match to the name which you've written in the task.json file. This file here, you wrote something right for the name of the source file, that has to match. And and let me type some basic C program. You don't need to understand what I'm typing or what the code is, but just main routine, just wait till I write the code. Flower bracket, return 0. Yeah. So as our aim is to print hello world, printf is a command, guys, in which write printf, use a bracket, and in that bracket, inside the double quotes, whatever you write will print. For example, our goal is to print hello world, right? Hello world. And at the end of every statement you have to use a semicolon. And that's it. Let's save it. And I'm gonna use Ctrl Shift B to build the task, executing the task, and see, here is an executable, hello world.exe, and I went to my bash shell, and I'm going to type dot / hello world.exe, hello world. For example, if I change here to my name, Nikit Palluri, let's build this and run this. See, Nikit Palluri. And one more thing is, what if you do an error? I have always said that there will be errors while writing program. For example, if you miss out the semicolon and try to build the program, they will show. It will show like this error, and it will not create the executable. For example, let me delete this executable first, and let me try to build it again. See, the executable is not created, right? And one last thing we have to check is whether our debugger is writing properly, and here you can set up breakpoints. Let me set up a breakpoint at printf function, and once I start debugging, sorry, I wrote the path wrong, sorry. Actually, there was I did some mistake in the debugger path in the launch.json file. I forgot this /. So once I checked it, once I've included that /, the debugger is working well. Okay, now let's see how the debugger works. So let me add a breakpoint here. You can add breakpoint on the left hand side, and go to this icon and start debugging. on this green arrow. Yep, let me exit out. If you can see, it says that paused on step line 5. It is paused on line 5, but we did not add any breakpoint. But why did it stop? Because if you remember in the launch.json we made stop at entry true, right? If it was false, it would have been it shouldn't stop, but it is true, so it stopped at the first line of the code. And next, okay, I added a breakpoint here. So when I say continue, next it stops at breakpoint. When I say continue, the program is over, so the debugger terminates. So what are these? So what are these options? Firstly, continue is an option which says the debugger that you should run until you find a breakpoint. But next step, as you saw, on breakpoint it stopped. When we clicked continue, on breakpoint it stopped, right? Hence it says that until you see a breakpoint you should run. And next, the step over says that you should step into the next line of code. And the step into is used for stepping into a function, the step out is used for stepping outside a function, and the restart is used for restarting the debugging, and this one is for stopping the debugging, terminator, something like that. Yep. So that's it for today, guys. It was a wonderful session with you, and hence, yeah, from the next week there will be, every week there will be one video. On Sunday, I think it will be uploaded before 5, every Sunday before 5, and I would cover a topic, and at the end of every video I will give you a challenge, and you can mail me at the code. You can mail me the code, or you can even give you just mail me the code. And yes, the code will be given in the description below. Sorry, the Gmail will be given in the description below. That will be something like Activity Hub 2020, etc. Okay, it will be given in the description below. And from the next week, we will start to write code. We're gonna explore a number of topics. But remember one thing: whenever you get errors, don't lose your confidence. You get them because they will get the best out of you. Okay, and finally, bye bye. This is Nikit Pelluri signing off.